Since I'm looking to get my inaugural signing in the 4th edition, I felt the next step for Autograph Adventures would be to go through my collection of signatures I received in the 2nd and 3rd editions of the WWE Encyclopedia. I've been collecting the books, for almost 10 years now. And every time I get them, I keep adding to the wrestler signatures that I've been collecting. These are my primary sources when I need to get something autographed. So I figured I would start with the Volume 2, the earliest one that I purchased, and work my way through that. So, without further ado, on we go into our next set of autograph adventures. Okay, there's the table of contents. All right. Bear with me. All right. First autograph, Al Snow. Extremely nice guy. So nice that he, without any extra pay, despite the best efforts of his agents, I'm not mentioning any names, but hi Richie, how are you? Despite that, he signed not only this, but every one of his gimmicks in this edition of the Encyclopedia. Again, for no extra charge, and you will see that later. We proceed. Case in point, here is Al Snow again as Avatar. They mentioned he took on Isaac Yankem DDS. I wonder if that's a reference to Al Snow, Al and Glenn being a tag team in Smoky Mountain. A vague reference. All right. The Bella Twins. Now, I don't remember if this was when we met them at I Play America. That was around the time that Brie was expecting for the first time. But before then, I did meet them in the brief period that they were no longer in WWE. It was at an indie show that shall not be named, with another agent that shall not be named, or at least I'll pretend I won't name him, LOL. But that was the official first time I met them at that indie show. I can't remember which was which. It probably was I Play America, but who knows. I think when I met them the first time, I wasn't into getting autographs from modern stars, so I might have just got the picture and that was that. I don't know. We got Bill Demot here. And I know he's a figure of much controversy, but the one or two times that I saw him at conventions, he was very cordial, very willing to talk, didn't make you feel rushed. And like I said, the point is, there's certain people out there who did call him out on that whole issue, but they're hypocrites because some of them ended up being bullies themselves. But that's another story for another day. Okay. No. We got Billy Gunn, signed for Billy and Chuck also. And we have Billy Kidman. Let me tell you something about that. Billy Kidman was one of a couple of stars at a certain indie show that we went to. I think we met Earl Hebner there, and I think there was someone from NXT. I'm ashamed to say I'm blanking on the name. Bobby Lashley was supposed to be there. Jim Neidhart no-showed. The promoter said that Lashley was having marital issues or something. Well, again, that's another story for another day. But Billy Kidman, yes, he signed it, but I'll be darned if he even noticed that we were right in front of him. He could not be more disinterested. And if you're out there and want to apologize or defend yourself, then fine. But just stating what I saw that night. Here's the Blue Meanie. Saw him a couple of times on the indie circuit. Alright. And eventually we finally did meet Bobby Lashley. Again at an indie company that shall not be named. He was alright as far as I could remember. At least he was willing to sign an 8x10 for my brother using the Pokemon meme that he was a subject of not too long ago. And over on the other the other page, we have the Boogie Man. Have seen him several times. Pretty cool guy. Sorry. WWE Studios. Booker T. Believe we met him at one of the Staten Island WoW shows. Leave the memories alone. Bret Hart is what it is. Everyone has different opinions about him, but that encounter was alright. And at least he didn't sign Billy Gunn's picture, as urban legend said he did every so often. I think this was the earlier edition of the Encyclopedia or something. I didn't have any delayed reactions either that night. Okay, just making sure I'm not skipping any pages. Okay. We have Bushwhacker Luke. I had a probably more positive experience meeting him back in NWS. When I get to my pictures in Polaroid, you'll see that. This night, unfortunately, he was cursed with a very pushy agent. We have the recently departed Butch Reed. We met him, Ron Simmons, and Teddy Long at a Doom reunion. This was at one of the conventions at the ECW Arena. Okay. We have the BWO. I don't remember getting Nova here. I do remember... Okay. Is this Stevie Richards? Well, Meanie's here. I'm guessing it might have been, if it's the same indie show, because Stevie, Meanie, Sandman, and Tito Santana were there, I think. So I think I got out of this Stevie and Meanie. I never got Nova, even though Nova invented autographs. Less said about another thing, the better. Okay. Candace Michelle. I don't remember when we met her. I think there was a show at the Edison Expo Center where had a lot of ex-divas. and other stars. It might have been that. Okay, we're dwelling a bit too much on Chief J Strongbow. Oh, okay. Did I skip anything? No. So here's Chris Masters. Now, was that at the Englishtown auction? Because I remember it was him, Stevie Richards, and the Boogie Man, I think. Then again, I'm not sure. The Stevie autograph I showed before, was that, or was that the show with him and Meanie and the other people I named? Don't know. Anyway, I do know that I have Chrissy Hemme here. Was that the Edison show again? I don't know. All right. Merch. All right. I have Cody Rhodes. And if nothing else, I will say that him and Brandy did wait for us. We were late at the show he was appearing at, and he agreed to meet us back where the wrestlers were their de facto locker room. Him and Brandy did, and we got our autographs and we got our picture there. Cowboy Bob Orton. I think that was another Englishtown find. I will say no more about that. I don't want to get too much in a nasty place. But he was pretty cool. And we got a good picture of him when he was at one of the 80s wrestling cons at the iPlay Center. Different story. Crime Time. We miss you, Shad. Both of them were pretty cool guys. This was at an SWF show that we saw them. I think there's a video elsewhere on this channel. Right next to him is Kurt Hawkins, who we've seen several times. The first time was actually unexpected because he was visiting friends at a certain indie show, and we happened to see him. He was pretty cool. I'll say that. All right. No stray signings on the cruiserweight history. Did we get any referees? No. Now, as Raw rolls along, who's going to be next on my list? Dink, that was also in Staten Island. Dink, Macho Midget, Tiger Jackson is his name, out of Montreal. Oddly enough, Dino Bravo's right next to him. Wonder if that's an veiled comment. Anyway, we have Dlo Brown from 2014, as it's clearly marked. I've met him a few times. He's been pretty cool. Dory Funk Jr. Another legend. Okay. Devon Dudley. That was in Woodbridge. That was a long time back. I think it was at one of Frankie Flo's shows. Devon, definitely the better half. Totally nice guy. Pleasure meeting him. He doesn't have to tell us to just go be a fan. So what's next? Eli Cottonwood. I think they talked about Eli Cottonwood on the Worst Giants episode of Wrestling with Regret. I just saw that and just thought of that. Eugene, another person we met several times through SWF and especially NWS. I think having this book was post NWS, unfortunately. This might have been the SWF show when he was hyping DDP yoga to everyone who'd come to his table. Over here is Evan Bourne, Matt Sadell, and my hand was stuck. We have the job team of the Executioners, who are actually Barry Hardy and Dwayne Gill. Do I get him as Gilberg? I might have got him as Gilberg on a later issue at a later show, but more on that later. Flash Funk. I met him as Too Cold Scorpio a few times. I'm surprised I didn't get this one signed by him, unless he appears as Too Cold Scorpio. Gail Kim, that was at, if I remember right, another English Town auction show. I have to remember who the other women who were with her. Gangrel, met him several times. Mean Gene, this was at the same ECW arena show I met Doom at. Totally cool guy. We miss you. Okay, right hand. All right. There's Gilberg. Now, this is an older edition, so I'm guessing he also signed when we met him as the Executioners. 2 years ago, we met him again, and my friend got to be one of his unofficial managers of the night. Funny story. Got the Godfather. Cool guy also. The Great Khali. No, that wasn't the same show. Crime Time was that, I think. It was another SWF show. He was pretty cool. He was alright. Quiet, but alright. Oh, no. That's Greg the Hammer Valentine, of course. Because I don't barely know who the Great Scott was. No, it's Hammer. And Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Seen him at many indie shows. Another cool guy. Reminds me of NWS. He was there a lot. Here's Haku. Haku or Ming or King Tonga. One of the toughest legit guys alive, but really nice. Okay, did we get any hardcore? No, we didn't get anything snuck there. Heidi Lee Morgan. I don't have her here, but I have something from her that you'll see eventually. She's a Facebook friend. Got the Honky Tonk Man. Hornswoggle, Swoggle. Hurricane. Howard Finkel. We miss you too. I have the original wrestling album signed by him from my first convention. And we met him. This was probably one of the times we went to I Play America, because I think he was one of the agents who helped bring in the guys, and he would usually be hanging around at the side. I think we got a video with him too. At the later shows, Tim White seemed to fill his role, because I would see him a lot. Who's this guy? It couldn't be him. Okay, IC Champs, no. More IC Champs, no. No. Alright, moving right along. This Chicky Baby. I don't have your signing the autograph. And I think that's fucking bull. Yeah. Okay. Ivory. Also from one of the conventions. Really outgoing. She was very friendly, really outgoing. Jake. And like a stuck page. There we go. Okay, Jazz. Who, it was on the night we were supposed to also meet Rob Conway, but he no-showed. We did, however, get her, and I met James Beard from the GW, the referee from the GWF, and from other Dallas promotions. It was a bit disappointing, but it wasn't a total loss that we got these people, of course. Jerry Lawler. I think, yes, that was, again, the ECW Arena show. Wow, I got a lot from that. I thought I stopped using this book long before. Jerry Lynn. I can't say enough about him. Extremely nice guy. He's very easy to talk to. Jillian Hall, who I kind of amused by giving her a gift of sliced bread because, of course, she's the greatest thing since sliced bread! Jimmy Snuka. Okay, the Job Squad. Another signature by Al Snow. And I guess Meanie did that one for me too. John Morrison. Well, meeting him, without giving away much, meeting him was a highlight on otherwise a very tumultuous, very disappointing couple of days. Let me just say there's a certain super fan of the Indies who made things very difficult and embarrassing for us, and that led to troubles that can still be felt to this day. You can go on my Facebook page, The Real Indie Revolution, for more information on that. Okay, we don't have him here. We have the book somewhere that he wrote. Did meet John Cena, but they didn't let you sign any wrestling stuff, I think. JTG signed this too. Wonder if Shad was here as a singles wrestler. I think JTG stuck a little longer, so he might have got a singles thing. Well, here's Just Incredible. Katie Lee Burchell, Kaval, Loki, Senshi. Which character did he? It's hard to tell which character he's signing as. All right. We have Kelly up here. Down here we got Ken Patera. Kevin Sullivan. I'm trying to remember. This couldn't have been NWS. And I know when I saw him at convention, I gave him the US Tag Team title. I forgot if I got 2 signatures then or if I met him sometime in between. I don't remember. We have Karma, Awesome Kong. We have both for the Killer Bees. They were pretty nice guys. More so B. Brian, who we met on numerous occasions. Again, last time we saw him was 2 years ago in April. I didn't get King Kong Bundy to sign this one. Maybe another one. Or maybe something else. I'm surprised if not. Crystal or Brandy Rhodes. Chris, no! I'm stupid. What was I thinking? No, Crystal is not Brandy Rhodes. Sorry about that. Brandy was Eden. So, well, anyway, here's Crystal. I don't remember which show. Yes, I did get Kurt Angle. That was at J Jersey All Pro, JAPW. Him, Charlie, and Ben Shelton were there. The first time was at a TNA show in Rahway. Totally unorganized. Too packed. It was too crowded. They had this thing where people just circled the ring instead of having their own tables. Mostly. But this was from the Jersey All Pro show, I'm pretty sure. I guess we got Kurt Hawkins assigned under La Familia. This was probably a later date because the other one was in a different color marker. Lance Storm. Road Warrior Animal. Another who's departed not too long ago. Lita. Luke Gallows, who was actually at this show, the Divas Women's Show in Edison. I think he was there, X-Pac was there, Matt Morgan was there. Maria Kanellis. Wait a minute. Maurice? We met Maurice? Or is that the Masked Superstar? Who's Bill Eadie? No, that looks like Maurice. That's surprising. I barely remember that. Okay, I'm confused now. Was this Maurice or was this Bill Eadie? It looks like Maurice. But when did we meet her? We'll have to figure that one out. We have Mason Ryan. Matt Hardy. Okay, here's Matt Morgan. And Matt Stryker. Yeah, about that. It was okay when we met him. Only I think we kind of intimidated him, but not us. It was someone who was behind us who was attempting to tell him stories about how his girlfriend calls him the Macho Man and that she's his Elizabeth. And later on, the same person was trying to suggest to the promoter who to bring in. Arena. Okay, that has to be Juventud Guerrera, because that's the only... Or was it Super Crazy? Oh god. Someone smeared something. What the heck? Where'd this come from? Where'd all this come from? Trying to read backwards. But no, we did meet Super Crazy, but that might have come later. So that might be Juventud. Over here is Michael Tarver. Mickey James. Mike Nux. Mr. Hughes. I think that was another Philly one. Mr. Kennedy, Anderson. That was at... Well, there was someone who had a pro wrestling museum at one of the flea markets in Allentown. That was one of those shows. MVP. All right. No, I did not meet Naomi. That is all the Nasty Boys. All right. Godfather also signed as Kama Mustafa from the Nation of Domination. And we have another Al Snow special, Leaf Cassidy from the New Rockers.